Yo, what's good?
Yo, good morning, beautiful people. What is up?
What's up, everyone? Doing great.
Ay, ay,
Awesome.
ay. I tried taking a 30-minute snap to feel fresh. I ended up getting sleepier, bro. I was like, shit, naps don't work. It's a scam. Fucking
That
life.
always happens to me.
Yeah, bro. I was
Yeah.
tried taking a nap, but I'm just more sleepy now. So I'm like, shit. Funny enough, when I'm sleepy, I'm actually better at sales. I realized that a couple of days ago. When I'm sleepy, oof, Jeremy Lee Minor type shit, bro. The
Oh,
tonality is on
shit.
point. The
You
questions
have to
are on
sleep
point.
more then, man.
Yeah, bro. I was like, I had four sales calls. Like, I think it was like Friday or something. I got like two deposits, and one of them closed, and two of them are gonna be coming in this week. The fourth one, he just did not have the budget, and he's gonna come like next week as well. And four of them closed simply, and I was fucking sleepy. But tonality, bro. I was like, what, like, what do you mean? What the fuck, bro? But a good day, guys. So what we're gonna be doing today is I have a couple of few role plays with Antonio that we need to review today because this guy has been putting in quite a bit of work, and I just want to make sure that I review these role plays for him. I'll just take two role plays and gonna give him feedback. Dinitra, I saw your message, and I think the first one, which is like that's big, bro. If you were actually doing more with it, what would that actually look like? Is a really good question that is gonna hit. And the biggest thing is it's actually following the wave, so you're not asking a random question. It's in alignment to what he actually said. So really good job. Keep me updated on how the conversation goes. But yeah, you're trying to get a feel for it now. Um, and the other question, and what would you say? Body image check. What is feeling off? If not right now, you can always come back to it later down the conversation. And you can just be like, and also you said X, Y, and Z earlier on. Like, what do you mean by that? What about it feels off? So you can kind of go with both of them. You start with one first, dig deep with that, get information, and then you go with another one down the line. Make sense? Awesome. Okay. So Antonio is also joining in. I'm gonna go ahead and open the. Okay, so this is an Amazon FBA offer. Ivika is the lead. Antonio is a setter. Hey Ivika, I saw you like one of my video about starting your own Amazon business. What got you more interest? What got you interested in the first place? Hey bro, yeah, I saw a lot of people are making insane amount of money, so that honestly caught my attention. Awesome, bro. People can make crazy like I have done this too and done really well. Tell me about your situation. Are you studying, etc. I'm actually currently having a job. Ah, cool. How have you been your current job for? Okay, the first question I have is what job, right? So what job is this guy doing? Would have been a good question. How long have you been doing your current job for? It's over a year. I see. Is that and in that year, what have you found challenging being in that job? Bro, Antonio, your approach, bro, I think what it would work amazingly well with is like that sophisticated B2B market.
Hmm?
If you are in a sophisticated B2B market sort of an offer, I think the current role plays that you're having are gonna fucking crush it because they're just so
Yep.
straight to the point and everything else, which again works amazingly well with business owners. But considering this is a B2C, you gotta take a bit more time with it in terms of resonations and everything else, right? So that is the first
Yep.
thing is like take a bit more time with it overall. But I'm currently having a job. Oh, cool. So again, what job do you have right now? It's over a year. Okay, so your goal should be to remove IC. Ah, cool. Ah, awesome. Yeah, like I see. Perfect. All right, I see. Like all of these is what I call lazy resonations because they're extremely lazy. It's like I see, oh, awesome, cool, yeah, bada bada boom. Replace that with introductions of yourself as a coach, or just put a
Yep.
little bit more of a thought into it in terms of resonations to make it better. Because you gotta realize what's happening in the conversation right now is, if you remember the framework I give you, is if the lead is closed off and you're closed off, it's always going to lead to a closed off conversation. But if the lead is closed off and you're open in the B2C market, it's always going to lead to an open conversation if you're introducing yourself and adding a bit of humor. So one of the things that, if you notice, Antonio, what's happening in this specific role play, bro, is the guy is closed off, but you're also closed off, and then he's closed off, and then you're closed off, and then he's closed off, and then you open up slightly. At this point, he's closed off again, being like, it's the same thing of like, you're closed off and he's closed off, and you guys are just fighting. You guys are just waiting for one of the guys to open up so you guys can carry on, and that is what I would potentially change, right? So that is the second feedback. How long have you been in your job for? It's over a year. I see. In that year, what have you found most challenging about that job? Okay, so what I would have asked is, what is it that you do currently for work? So you said, I work as a waiter in, let's say, McDonald's. I would introduce myself and be like, yeah, it's insane, bro. I work in a restaurant myself. Freaking hated the management side of things. How long have you been doing that for? So how long would have been my next question of like, how long have you been doing it for? He would have said for about 4 years now. Then I would have asked a question that is out of the pattern and out of the ordinary when you're talking with coaches, which is, have you been working with just one restaurant, like McDonald's, from like 4 years, or were you working with like different restaurants before this one? Oh, I was on work. I worked with one other restaurant, which is like an X, Y, and Z niche. Oh, how did that go with that one? Like, what made you shift into McDonald's? Oh yeah, man, I think it was just better pay here at McDonald's. Like, they were paying me more. Oh, how much were they paying you more, like in terms of just the money? Oh, an extra $4 an hour. Pretty cool, man. So I guess like if they were paying you more and that's what made you shift, why are you looking into something else? You see, like it's like such a smooth transition into like, why are you looking for something else? Because you figured out what made them shift into McDonald's. But again, it's like, spend more time and make it more human, because as of right now, like, to give you like an example, like visually, let me show you guys something. So the conversation of Antonio is looking like this, where he asks one question, then another question, then another question, then another question, then another question. It's a straight line because he's following a framework. My conversation looks like a slope, where I ask the same question that Antonio is asking, but I just kind of keep on getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, and they're opening up more and more and more, just because it's human and I have a better flow of the conversation. So what you're lacking, Antonio, just based off of this role play, bro, is number one, the flow. I think it can improve immensely. And then the second thing is just making it more human, because I think it's too robotic in terms of the questions. Because again, what have you found challenging about the job? Where did that come from? Like, if I was a normal person that came across you like 2 days ago and I have no idea about you, that would create a lot of sales resistance, because you're literally forcing pain. Like, give me something to work with. Like, give me some sort of a challenge. We don't want to do that. We want to talk in a way where we naturally get the problem itself. The example that I gave you is, how long have you been working at McDonald's for? 4 years. Okay, were you working at different restaurants or always this one? Oh, I was working at a different restaurant. Okay, what made you shift into this one? Better income. Gotcha, man. How much more are you getting? Like $4 an hour. Okay, so if you're getting $4 an hour extra and that is what made you shift, why are you looking into something else? Because I'm thinking of getting married and I need a better income. Boom. You got the challenge at the end of the day and you got the end goal, but it was a lot more smoother. Now, Eunice, what if he says he's always been at McDonald's? Right? So you ask, okay, so have you always been at McDonald's? Yeah, bro, I've always been at McDonald's for the past 4 years. Pretty awesome, man. Did you climb up the ladder, or like, what exactly are you doing? Oh, no, I'm working as a waiter. Shit, were you always working as a waiter? Yeah, I've always been working as a waiter for here. Wow. And like, what sort of like salary raise do you get every single year? I've never chatted with anyone that's been like in the restaurant business. So like, what sort of a salary raise? We get like an extra $4 an hour. and then you would always shift back to the same thing, which is like, I mean, bro, like you're getting the salary raise every single year, and you've been doing this for 4 years. Like, why shift into something else? Like, what's making you look into something else? Oh, I'm getting married. Boom. See, so you would eventually get to the challenge, but the conversation in itself is a lot more human, and that is what we want. So, good job so far, Antonio. Like, I think like from your previous role play, bro, I have PTSD from that. Like, I wake up in the middle of night sometimes, and I'm like, oh, Antonio's role play, right? But this one, in comparison to that, is like 10 folds better, bro. This is like really fucking good based on that. So kudos to you for improving. But these are a few little things that if you improve, you can fucking like push it out of the park. Let's say you do make that 8K a month. What will life look like for you? It would completely be different. Okay, so now another one thing that I'd talk to you guys about is you got to be really careful with questions because this question is such an impactful question, but he got a really fucking vague response because the build up before the question was not there. Right? So let me explain what I mean. You guys should never give up in life. That did not hit you guys as hard as I had anticipated, even though the line in itself is really impactful, which is do not give up in life. But if I say I was born in Pakistan, my father was working a job making $70 a month, I failed multiple businesses, I had every single reason to quit this because my father was against me. But I said fuck it and went all in, and I kept on doing this for years and years and years and years, and now I'm the top fucking dog within the space. So it doesn't matter what niche or what position you're in, just don't give up. Now, the same
Yep.
line, don't give up, one hits a lot more than the other one just because of the build up. I build it up. Right? So even with questions such as what will life look like for you, you gotta build it up first. Eunice, how do you build it up? Is if you would have just followed the frame I told you of like how long you've been working there, what's making you shift, and he would have said, oh, I'm thinking of getting married and I need more money, I'd be like, okay, so what sort of money are you looking for? Making 10K a month. For sure, man. And if you were able to make 10K a month, what else would you be able to do outside of just, helping your wife and future kids? Oh, I would be able to do X, Y, and Z. How long have you been wanting to do that? I've been wanting to do that for 4 years. For sure, man. Have you been able to do that at all or not? Like, you've just been thinking about it? Well, I've just been thinking about it. For sure, man. I mean, like, realistically, if you could achieve that within the next 6 months, knowing you've been wanting to achieve that for the past 4 years, what would that do for you? Bro, it's gonna do so much for. Do you see? Like, just because of the build-up, I'm gonna get a better response. Right? So, the second thing would be the build-up for the actual question. Antonio, what is up, bro? I see you've raised your hand.
Hey, Jonas. So it's good that you're reviewing my role play. So basically, what you're saying now is I'm on the right track, correct?
Yes, you're improving. Good job. Proud of you. Keep smiling.
You.
Eh,
And how many more role plays do you recommend that I do?
Until I get it and I give it like an 8 out of 10 rating, which as of right now, like even with this roleplay, I think like it's at about a 5 out of 10. So you need an extra 3 rating. And for you to do that, bro, like just take the feedback I'm giving you today, rewatch this recording, try to implement the feedback I gave you. And realistically, if you keep on implementing the feedback I gave you within the next like 2 weeks, you should be able to go in ahead and find an offer. Make sense?
Yep, for sure, for sure. And can you also text me the feedback on WhatsApp as well?
WhatsApp. For sure, bro. I'll get back to you.
Yep, and I'm gonna make sure to keep. Yeah, and that's why I keep saying in the group chat, anyone free for a role play, so I can get those more of those reps.
Yeah, guys, help the brother out, please. Right?
I say it every time.
Yeah, bro. Fuck them, Antonio. You know what? Fuck them. Fuck you guys. You guys have more roleplays, bro. This guy's actually showing up, and you guys just freaking ignore this guy. Have more roleplays with him. Everyone is gonna have one roleplay with Antonio. Make some time out for the guy. Spend some time. He's freaking showing up like a dog. But they're gonna make time for you, bro. I'll make sure. Everyone books in a roleplay with you. If nobody does, bro, I'm here for you. Let's have a couple of roleplays together then. Sounds good, bro?
Sounds good.
Awesome, man. So, hey, Ansel, what sparked your interest? I mean, I'm currently working a full-time job and transitioning, looking to transition into econ full-time. Great to hear that. What's the moment where you went? Okay, so we went from. It's like, wow. So it's like you go on a date and you're sitting and having a coffee and you're like, okay, so what's your favorite color? And then the next question you ask is like, I don't know, like, how many kids would you want and where are we gonna live and what are we gonna name them and are you gonna like leave your parents for me? Are you gonna like take my surname? And they're like, whoa, whoa, like, ooh, hey,
Those
hey,
are
hey.
goals.
Yeah, they were like, cool, guy, cool down, take it slow, right? Because we went from like what's happening with you, where we at, to like, oh, what's the moment where you went like enough is enough? Again, this question is so fucking impactful, but it doesn't have any build up. The only build up we have is like two messages, right? So, what I would have done, bro, is the key factor I want you to remember, Antonio, do not ask any question that doesn't have anything with what they said, right?
Yep.
So in this specific situation, there was so many things you could have gone into. Oh, what sort of full-time job do you do? How long have you been doing that for? Gotcha, man. How long have you been looking into transition into econ for? Gotcha. What's like the problem coming up for you that's stopping you from doing this or has been stopping you from doing this? Okay, why exactly is that a problem for you? Like with that thing like marketing, like what's coming up for you within marketing? Okay, what have you tried to fix that? Push and then just kind of guiding the conversation and booking them in. I think like both the role plays are almost similar, but that's what I would have changed. And like the biggest thing is try not to use as much. Like I don't think so. You use ChatGPT at all in this role play. Yeah, I don't think so. You did. I think this
No,
one
I
is an
didn't.
old one. I think this one is an old one that you sent to me. But yeah, like let's make sure we don't use ChatGPT because not the best way to kind of go about things on that end. But yeah, man, I
Yeah,
think both the role plays are extremely similar, and the same feedback applies to both of them, which is like, yeah, just improve a little bit in terms of the feedback I gave you. I'll send you the recording, have a couple of more, keeping the feedback I gave you in mind, and let's make it happen
yep. So still a 5 out of 10, not even a 6 yet.
then. Shit, bro, you cannot make me feel bad for being a coach, bro. I'll give you a six. I'll give you a six. Give me, give me some time, bro. Let me like rest. But yeah, bro, it's actually good. You improved. You improved. You've done a good job. I'm proud of you. Just a little more, and we're gonna be at a fucking eight. Sounds good, bro.
All right. That sounds really good.
Awesome. So for the reminder of this session, I was thinking of having a role play, but for phone setting, because I think some of you might be able to learn a thing or two. I had Camilla that was joining in, because he's joining a phone setting offer, and I was like, that would be pretty fucking cool to have that. But he did not end up joining in. So what we're gonna be doing in the meantime is we can review a couple of more conversations that you guys might have, or any questions that I can help you guys with. So, type your
Can
questions.
I share my screen? So like I
Yeah,
have not
yeah, bro.
uploaded it.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
Okay.
Share your
I,
screen.
I I was just I was just doing the setting right now.
Awesome, bro. Let me
And
review a couple of
yeah,
these
my recent
conversations.
conversation.
Okay, so before we get into the conversation, I want to give you guys some sauce. Remember that nothing beats raw action. Nothing will ever beat raw action. Like, you can aim for perfection, you can aim to do more research, you can aim to be super prepared, but the only thing that would give you the results is just fucking doing the thing. Doesn't matter if you do it bad, doesn't matter if you just fuck it up, doesn't matter if you mess it up, do the thing. The more you do it, the better you're gonna get at it. Raw action is the way to win at life. So, with that being said, let's see. I need to find a better word for raw action. Sounds funny. Hey Shannon, just wanted to send you a quick thanks for the follow. Are you here for the content or are you dealing with aches and pains? Oh, by the way, where are you from in the world? Okay. Hey, I'm here for the content for myself and my adult son. I'm a veteran that deals with a lot of aches and pains, and my son is a performer for a drum color guard. He spins professionally and also teaches high school kids color guard. He struggles with shoulder pain, and sometimes it hits him when he is out in the middle of the field. Okay, so he mentioned his son, guys. So, what should be the goal in this conversation? Who knows? Like, who's gonna answer? This is like the loving parent. There's a specific approach that we take. Who's gonna tell me that approach? I'm the sleepy one, guys. You guys are the one that should be active as fuck right now and be like, let me tell you, Eunice. But yeah, so if someone mentions their kids, you always want to take them back to the past and be like, where's that strong sense of parenting coming from? So that is something you can potentially get into down the line, bro, in this conversation. Considering he has like aches and pains for himself, he's still looking after his son. And you gotta be like, where's that coming from? Right, like where's that strong sense of parenting coming from? Beautiful question. If landed, gonna give you like shit ton of responses. Oh, I love that you're looking out for your son, Sharon. That says a lot. Seems like you're both really active. I'm curious, how has the shoulder been bothering you? Years on and off. Seems like it takes forever to recover. What makes you say that? Beautiful question. I feel like with all the different muscles, there with all the different muscles there, when one is angry, all the others don't get angry too. If that makes sense, that makes a lot of sense. It doesn't make a lot of sense because I'm like, what does he mean by like one muscle gets angry? And like it does make sense. For example, his shoulder hurts and then his legs hurt and then his like forearms hurt. Maybe that's what he meant. But I want him to say it. But I would have been like, yeah, I mean that sort of makes sense. But I mean, like in your case specifically, like what do you mean by that? Like one muscle gets angry and all the muscles get angry. Beautiful question. I see this pretty often. Have you tried to settle this down? Okay, so great job with this. Great fucking job with this. The fact that you said I see this pretty often. The reason I love this is because it shows that this is not something new for you and you're used to this, but pushes you up as an expert in itself. So I love this. One simple thing and like he opened up. And now you might be like, oh, Eunice, but like maybe it's not the thing that opened it up, but I'm telling you, these little things have the greatest impact in a conversation. Honestly, probably not the right things, depending on how it's hurting and my mobility. So sometimes it's treated with heat or just not as much usage until not as sore. I'm not constantly with stretching. I don't take pain meds. I don't like because it doesn't fix anything. But I'm wondering what makes it hard to stay consistent with stretching. I guess that's just like something you like doing. I know some people just aren't big on the fan. I like how stretching makes me feel. I struggle with mental health issues and haven't been able to create myself. So that's what I need to know, a routine. Does the mental health issues come from him being a veteran or her being a veteran? That's one of the questions I had in mind, and I think if you could have framed it the right way, it would have gotten you a lot of responses. Thanks for being open with me. I know it's not easy to say, yeah, I agree. I can definitely make consistency together. It seems like you haven't found the right guide to something specific for it. I haven't found the right person, or have I taken the time myself? That's a big thing for me, self-care and taking time for myself. I'm not used to it. This is new to me. Okay, so this is so fucking insane. If I had to decode this person, like as of right now, I know exactly what's happening. She's like ignorant to herself, where she doesn't care as much about herself as she does for her family, and that explains why she was talking about her son the first thing in the conversation. She puts other people on top of her, And that is the only reason why she hasn't been able to focus fully on fixing this is because she's always been putting other people on top of her, of like, hey, yeah, you should do this. Like he should fix this first. I'm gonna look into it later on, right? And you gotta make that shift, and you gotta be like, why are you not used to it, right? And how would you do that? Can I be honest with you for a minute? They would be like, yeah, question mark, and you can be like, I know we've only been chatting for like maybe like 20 minutes, but one thing that I can see is you're not a bad person. You started off the conversation by mentioning your son first and being like he also needs help. The fact that you've been open within the conversation, the fact that you're sharing things with me, I'm like super confused. Like, why are you not used to self-love or self-care? And if you frame it that way, they have to give you something to work with. Because I've never done that in my life. Growing up, bada boom, doesn't matter. But if you can imagine if in this conversation you could change her mind, and by the end of the conversation she was like, you know what? You're right, I should actually prioritize myself and start taking care of myself. How easy would the close be? Because you've already shifted her identity. Right? So, a really good conversation, but that is something I would change. I don't think. Okay. Another thing that would work really fucking well for you, bro, is you gotta. Because the more of these conversations that I review for you, I realize that these people have a current process that they're doing to basically get rid of the pain. Right? So some of them
Yeah.
are using heat, some of them are using stretching, some of them are using XYZ. So one thing that I would do, bro, is I would ask a bunch of questions about their current process. So if they say stretching, I would be like pretty cool. I mean, like I talk with a lot of people that used to do stretching as well before they join us in. I mean, like for you, like what sort of stretching are you doing? What exercises? Oh, I'm doing this and this and this. Gotcha. Which one of them do you feel like helps you the most? This. Okay, why do you feel like that helps you? Because of this. Okay, and what do you feel like out of the three exercises you mentioned? Which one do you feel like you should potentially replace because it's not helping you that much? Or it's this, and this. Awesome. Okay, why do you feel like those are not helping you as much? Because of this and this. Awesome. And how long have you been stretching for? For about 4 years now. Okay, and how about the pain? Is it still the same way as it was like 4 years ago, or is it like a lot more handleable? Oh, I can handle the pain, but I feel like it's not getting fixed. It gets lower, but it's not getting fixed. Gotcha. So like your priority, because like for some people, they're okay with having the pain as long as they can balance it. For you specifically, is your priority to fix that problem in the first place or just balance it? Ideally, I want to fix it. Absolutely. And then you see, you ask them so many questions about their current situation, current process, and then you move towards, okay, is your focus on actually just balancing out the pain or just fixing it forever? They're like fixing it forever. I would be like, great. Then I would have said something like, I mean, I think I have an understanding of what's happening here and why you're unable to lose the pain forever. But do you mind it? But I wonder if you know what I'm getting at. Why do you think you haven't been able to fix it so far? And they're like, I don't know, because of XYZ. You're like, yeah, that is part of the reason. But the only reason you've not been able to fix it is you've been doing these exercises for the past 4 years, knowing that they only balance it out and doesn't fix the actual issue in the first place. That's what Einstein called insanity. To do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result each time. So what we need to do, it's not the fact that you are not putting in the efforts, it's the fact that your strategy is broken and we need a different approach. They would be like, yes, that makes so much sense. Yeah, I don't have the right approach. You're right. And then you can propose the call. Right? So that is one way you can go about these conversations. Make sense?
Yeah. That actually makes sense, bro.
For sure, bro. Do you have any other conversation that I can review for you?
I'm gonna like show it to you tomorrow. I have bunch of
Yeah,
like on
awesome.
the private call. I already booked. Yeah.
Awesome, bro.
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you very much. It was really helpful. Yeah.
For sure, man. For sure. For sure. For sure. Ivica, what is up, bro? How did the interview go?
Yeah, yeah. So with the career guy, I don't know how to pronounce his name. So I sent you a couple of messages. So basically, we had like mini role play, and in one point, I was basically stuck. I don't know what to ask, but he was more the guy who looking for more personal, like how how is the setter as a person rather than skill set because he will learn me the skill, but I know that your skill set is much better than his he skill set. So what else? And yeah, for this last interview, it was okay, man. So yeah, nothing special. It was good offer, honestly. The owner have like around 400K followers. So yeah,
Ooh. Okay.
yeah,
I mean, keep me updated, bro. I think you can get one of those roles. Should be pretty
yeah.
fun to see you get another role as well on top of the Airbnb one role that you have. But guys, we have a couple of more minutes. Do you guys have any questions, anything that I can help you with? Or would you guys just pretty much want me to yap and give you some sauce to work with? I can do
Yeah.
both.
Actually, I have a question for you.
Okay.
So can you maybe review my post that we have like on one-on-one
Ooh,
call? Like
let
you
me do
told
that,
me.
bro.
Yeah. Thank you very
Let
much.
me do that. Keenan, if you're watching this fucking recording, bro, you were supposed to show up. The fact you did not show up, I'll remember this. I'm just kidding, bro. I hope you're doing good. But let's review your post, Avika. Okay, there we go. The biggest thing that I'm looking for, guys, is positioning. The idea does not matter, it's the execution and how you position it. That is what I'm looking at. Huh, who is this handsome guy? Huh, that is me. Okay, where's the fucking post? It's just
No, no, I
me.
send you. No, no, I send you the post on on WhatsApp.
On WhatsApp, okay, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Vika. There we go. Where's the post? The number one that would help your interview. Okay, let's look at this. The number one thing that will help you crush your interviews is positioning. I heard a few days ago to crush your interviews, you need to know how to present yourself clearly. The people who land interviews knows. Okay, the people who land interviews, the people. It's not the fucking people. It's you. The fact that I've been able to land so many interviews is because I know how to present and position myself well. If you want to make it more impactful, the reason I've been able to land 7 interviews over the last 7 days is because I know how to present and position myself. Right? So, because if you say people, it's like me saying, oh, millionaires are so freaking awesome. And then me saying, as a millionaire myself, am I a millionaire? Wink, wink, I'm not. Someday. Right? But again, it's just about how you position yourself. It's not the people, it's me. I am the people, if that makes sense, right? In terms of the beginning, it could improve. It could improve in terms of positioning, but I want to see how you guys would go about the opening. If one of you was making a post about interview and positioning, how would you guys open up the actual post?
I have also a question to that. Like, do you think also that we need to actually call attention to people who watching my post?
What do you mean by
So, for
that?
example, like I know like when you are making content in the first second, you need to hook them up. So, is that also implemented in the post or make creating the post or no?
I mean, you can, but I wouldn't like overanalyze it that much, right? I simply wouldn't analyze it. Because I'm a big believer of like volume would give you more data than anything else, which means if you post like 20 different posts, you're gonna have one where you have the most amount of engagement from like the highest quality reps, and then you're just gonna see what you did differently in that one specific post, and then you're just gonna replicate it for the other posts, if that makes sense. Right? So enough data, like enough posting is gonna give us enough data to be like, okay, what is working, what is not working. The number one thing that will help you crush your interview is positioning. I went from barely getting any interviews 2 years ago to getting more interviews than I can handle, and the only reason that happened was because I learned positioning. I get
That's
text from
better.
I get texts from DM setters every single day on how I went from getting no interviews to getting more interviews than I can handle. And all I can say it's positioning. These coaches fucking charge you 10K to teach you skills, when in reality all it takes is positioning. Right? Again, so many different angles to go with it and kind of like make the most out of it. But do you think the number one thing that would help you crush your interview is positioning? That is to some extent also beginners level, but when you add numbers to it, it sounds so much better. Right? For example, one of the posts that I did today was like, let me find it. It was imagine DM setting DM setters and you still wouldn't want to know how intent-based setting works. God help us all. All jokes aside, boom, I shifted the actual results. But this is extremely high authority because shit, this guy's actually DM setting DM setters. And it works similar to most of my posts. If you look down, I'm not making a lot of these posts. But created content, bada bada boom, talking about my fulfillment and all that cool stuff. But point being is like you gotta position it better. And that is what I would do in the first place. I would change the people to actually you because it's not that people, you're the people. It's not the people. It should be about you. Most people blame their lack of experience and think they won't do well in interviews because they believe others people have more experience. But at the end of the day, if you know how to position yourself and convince the interviewer, you're golden. So next time you have an interview, you need what to do. Okay, so it looks like, okay, so it's like me saying, I don't know, man. It's like, it's like, because all we talked about is positioning, but we didn't talk about positioning. It was like we just gave him a word to work with, but we have no idea what positioning is. The only thing that I would have changed at this point is maybe giving a bit of more value and positioning yourself more of a good setter. And the way I would do that is, imagine you've spent time. I would have said most setters blame their lack of numbers for why they're unable to get the offer in the first place and have low self-esteem. When in reality, your job as a setter is not to fucking get the numbers, but put the numbers on the calendar. So if you've been on an offer where you were crushing it and getting sets, but none of them closed, you still did your job as a setter. So your still self-esteem should be as high as it gets. Again, that is just one example, but positioning changes the game for you. So next time so before you start hunting your next interviews, like 99% of the dumb fuck setters or 99% of the setters, sit down with yourself and learn to position yourself first. Boom. Another way you could have started the post is I've chatted with over 100 top reps within the space over the last 20 days, and all I've learned from them is positioning is going to change your life. And then boom, we move to the actual post. Because if you start the post by mentioning high level reps, it's typically going to attract a few of those high level reps, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Sounds good?
good. Thank you. Thank you.
For sure, man. Any other questions, guys?
Hey, do you have a specific place that you put all of the replays? Like maybe on a Google
Oh,
Doc
yes.
or?
Yes. I'm sort of fancy with it. Wait, let me see. We have all the Q&A sessions here.
Sweet. So I just go to your playlist on YouTube.
Yeah, or I can just send it to you because I think it's unlisted. I can just copy the link and send it over in Setters Hub and you can review it for yourself.
Okay. I just didn't want to keep asking you for
Awesome.
the replays.
Awesome. I'll send it over to you guys so you guys can start going through it. But yeah, so raw action matters more than anything else. And yeah, that is, yeah, I think I'm just freaking sleepy. But if you guys have any other questions, more than happy to help you guys out. But I think everyone is freaking crushing it to the highest extent, and making the most out of things. So, but keep on doing the same thing you're doing. Keep on putting in the work. And I know sometimes the results seem so far away, and sometimes it's so hard to fucking fathom that how can I go from A to B, because no matter how much I try, I go from like from A to like a positive A to a minus A to a A1, but I never fucking get to the B, and it doesn't logically make sense. Like, am I doing something wrong? But sometimes that you gotta realize that things just take time. Things take time. You gotta give them the time. And we all have the same fears and the anxiety that. The best example is me, bro. I think like when you see my content, you're like, oh shit, this guy's like so good at making content. I got roasted for like approximately 2 hours, back to back on my content. And I was just sitting there like a little kid that was like sad, and I was like, I put in the work, bro. Please appreciate me a little bit, right? But it's like, again, we all have the anxiety, we all have the fear. Am I sure that I'm gonna make 100K a month? I don't know. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. It's unknown to me because I've never hit it. But all I can do is I can fucking show up. As Joanne said, inputs based. All I can do is I can keep on posting, keep on showing up, keep on setting people, keep on doing my fulfillment. And the output is gonna come to me at some point. But hope that makes sense. Eunice, which was the call where you talked about time management, structuring of your day? I think I might have missed that. Let me see. So I'll try to find that for you and I'll send it to you, Ping. Just send me a message with this, like management and time structuring text, so I know. So I make sure that I actually send it to you in a bit. Okay, awesome. Perfection. So, with that being said, guys, let's make sure that we're doing what we are supposed to do. I have a roll. Oh, shit, bro. You guys are actually making the most out of the one-on-ones. So, I have 2 more one-on-ones tomorrow, 2 for Wednesday. Very cool. Keep me updated with everything. I'll be catching up with you guys one-on-one. Ansel, book in a one-on-one, boy. We gotta chat. We gotta chat about what's the progress, what have we done so far, and kind of crush off the offer. But yeah, bro.
Really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you think about any PQ by
Yeah.
Jeremy Minor? Have you used it?
So the only thing I like about like sales coaches is some of them really actually have good questions. Just take the question and learn how you can rephrase it for DM setting, right?
Okay.
But you can. And by the way, some of you guys don't know, I've taken NEPQ, I've taken Eli Wild training, I've taken Cole Gordon's training, I've taken Bill Walsh training, I've taken. You name me a coach, I've taken their training. There's not a single coach that I haven't worked with.
Oh, that's why you're so good.
Yeah, I've worked with like all the coaches within the space. It doesn't matter. But the more I realize is these people are just charismatic, bro. You just talk with them, you like them. It just boils down to one thing: is you talk with them, you like them. Like, this is a cool guy, he can help me. Right? So all these questions and fancy wordings are cool, but it boils down to you just being a cool ass guy or girl that people just love connecting with. And the way you do that, and when you realize that sales is a lot more about who you are outside of sales than what you are within sales. So when you close down your laptop, do you go to people on the road and say hi? I'm big on starting conversations, bro. I would one of the things that I love to do is when my sales go down, is I would go to a random mall and I would approach like 10 different people, and I would try to have a conversation with them. It was almost like a ritual for me. Whenever things go down, I would go to a restaurant or some place, cafe, talk with people. And sometimes if I want to take it to extreme, is I would set myself challenges. Like I was a fucking YouTuber, but without a camera, of like trying to find a group and trying to spend a day with them. Like insane shit like that just makes you so good with people that eventually it becomes so freaking difficult to not crush it in sales. Right? So again, go through the questions, but at the end of the day, it's just about you being human enough to just have good conversations. Right? Maybe sometimes we can review a couple of my closing calls or maybe setting calls. It doesn't matter. It's going to give you guys more feedback on how you can improve with sales in general. But yeah, that is the feedback I have, is you can start with any PQ, but but it's not. It's like it's not the golden goose. It's not something that's gonna be the secret to making more money. But of course, the more information you gain, the better it is. Make sense, guys? Awesome. So, any other questions before I go, or are you guys all good?
On our one-on-one, I
Yeah.
want the golden goose,
Oh,
whatever that is.
okay. I'll give you the secrets on our one-on-one. But keep me
Okay.
updated with everything. Let's make sure we're doing what we're supposed to do. If you ever need my help, you can always schedule in a one-on-one, or we can just chat over text. Cannot wait for you guys to absolutely crush it. Some of you guys are freaking crushing it on the back end. I think Jamal is on his way to doing like 7, 8K this month, which is a massive event because he was at 2K a month in December. So a lot of you guys on the back end are freaking crushing it. Let's make sure we're doing what we're supposed to do. And yeah, if you ever need my help, I'm always a text away. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye.